Good morning, guys. Some days I just don't want to go to work. Some days I just want to chill at home and do nothing. Actually, when I think about it, it's gotta be most days I just don't want to go to work. I have to, unfortunately, aren't you? So you just gotta make sure that whatever it is you're doing, you really love doing it, and you do it with your heart and not for the money. So I'm one of those lucky people. I have a job that I love. I love going to work. I love going into my studio and making sculptures. I've been making sculptures since 1984, since doing an apprenticeship with a sculptor in Paris called Frederic Berjot. I've got a little workshop behind the house, so I'm just going to take you there now. I'm going to show you where I work from. It's not a big workshop I've got, it's a tiny little weeny place, but it's sufficient for me. I don't need much space. I produce the work and then I send it to the gallery directly. I got to cross the jungle to get there first though. Kind of a bit of a situation here. When you want to go to the workshop, you have to kind of crawl a little bit and then spider webs everywhere. I haven't been there for a few days, so spider webs everywhere. But here we are, finally we made it. I'm covered in spider webs, look at that. So here we are in my studio. It's gonna be hot first thing in the morning. It's always a little bit hot, and I'm just gonna open the doors. Welcome to my kingdom. This is one of the things I'm going to be doing here is do a few tutorials, show people how to make body casting, how to reproduce your work in either plaster or fiberglass, and how to paint them or finish them with metal effects. This is one of my pieces that's just come out of a plaster mold. It's called Contemplation, made out of plaster of Paris. I'm going to show you how to finish and to seal and to make metal effects on the work. So basically I got the sculpture to a level where I can now put the sealer on it. I use an acrylic sealer, which is basically a bone-crete that I get from any hardware store. Yeah, I'll apply that. I'll apply just a couple of coats. I'm now going to apply the liquid iron to the sculptures. 2 layers will be needed, and I will rust it with my special finish. I will show you after we've coated that piece. So I'm applying a second coat paint, the first one being dry now. Second coat paint. It will help the sculpture get better rusted effect, and it will also make it a bit more weatherproof. It only took an hour for it to dry. So I'm going to now apply my special mix, which I mentioned earlier, which is a mix of copper pieces with iron pieces, which I've rusted with salt. Applying it directly on top of the liquid iron finish. I need to do that thoroughly. You can be generous, a generous coating to make sure that it dribbles everywhere in regard to the effect. So if you put a black plastic rubbish bag over the sculpture, it will take overnight to rust, but it will give you a very deep rusted effect. And yeah, so I'll let that dry for an hour, then I'll add another coat in about an hour. Hopefully you've learned a few tricks of the trade in regard to making rust finish on plaster cast. This also works on fiberglass and on concrete. The next segment will focus on basically doing plaster casts using silicone mold. Don't forget to subscribe to Fredoz on YouTube, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.